All right, so in these video notes, we are going to be introducing what waves are, what causes waves, and what are the three types of waves. So first of all, what is a wave? A wave is basically a disturbance of matter that's carrying energy through the matter. So we call this a mechanical wave. So all of the waves in this unit are mechanical waves in that they are moving through something called a medium, which is like a material of some sort. So it's moving through something. And so an example would be maybe gas in the air, how sound is traveling through the air. Maybe liquids, how movement of things are, and vibrations and sound and things like that are moving through water. And then even solids, like if you were to move a rope up and down, you would see waves, or dominoes. Let's say you push dominoes, there's movement there as well through something, through a medium, we call it. All right, so waves are created when a source of energy causes the medium to vibrate. So these vibrations repeat a back and forth movement or an up and down motion. And so that's what will determine the type of wave. So we have transverse waves, longitudinal, and surface waves. So I'm going to go and talk about each one. All right, so in a transverse wave, we're talking about a movement that's in the opposite direction of the actual wave. And so there is, and it's this up and down movement. And there's something called a crest, which is the high point on the wave. So these are the crests. And there's also something called the trough, which is the troph, which is the bottom or lowest point of the wave. So I wanted to show you a transverse wave in motion. So this is a transverse wave. So you see it going, it's an up and down movement, okay? All right, so that's a transverse wave. A longitudinal wave is kind of like sound. Sound waves are longitudinal. And so it's a movement of matter in the same as the movement of the wave. So it's kind of a forward motion of sound. And so there is what we call compressions, where the wave is really clumped together. And then there is something called rarefactions, which is where the wave is more spread out. And so I really would like to give you a showing of a longitudinal wave here. There we go. So here's the compression and the rarefaction. Compression, rarefaction. That is how sound actually travels, and we'll talk more about that later. All right, so surface waves. Surface waves are a combination of both types of longitudinal and transverse. It's about water. Surface waves are usually in water. And so there's an up and down movement, which is transverse, and there's a back and forth movement, which is longitudinal. But it doesn't actually have the compressed part. So these up and down and back and forth combine to make kind of the water movement and the water circles that you have seen if you look at water. All right, so I wanted to show you something like that. So if this is water moving, if you're looking at it from a bird's eye view, that's how it kind of can look like it's compression rarefaction. But if I look at the side view, it looks like it's a transverse wave. Okay, so the top, and so that's kind of how water can look. It's called a surface wave. All right, so what I'd like you to do is go now to today's assessment and answer a few questions. Please use your notes to support you when you're answering them.